Drunk Scouts 2022 edition, first of the year. Great news. We're going to do one of these every single week leading up to the NBA draft. We only did 2 last year. They seem to be pretty well received. So this year we will be doing one every single week. We will be polling Twitter at Sleepers Media what player we should do every week. Jabari Smith was the pick from the people. So this is Drunk Scouts Jabari Smith. My name is Greg Waddell from Sleepers Media. With me is Ferndale Devin Booker, fresh off a new haircut, Carter Elliott himself. We're going to watch a video of Jabari Smith from last season. To be exact, we are watching his game at Alabama. Shout out to the folks from The Scouting Report. We're going to watch every single play that Jabari made from this game. We're going to give you an in-depth breakdown, scout, discuss what we believe Jabari Smith can be in the NBA. And while we do so, we're going to play a drinking game. And we encourage you at home responsibly to play along with us. Here's the rules of the game. Every time he scores from the floor, we take a sip of our drink. Every time he gets an assist or a block, we take a gulp. Every time he hits a 3, we take a shot of liquor. Every time he goes to the free throw line, we both chug our drink until he is done at the line. And every time he turns the ball over, we alternate. One of us has to finish our drink. And we're adding a special rule today, Cart. I'm pretty excited about this one. I just told you about it like a minute before we hit record. Carter and I are both going to pick a word. The other person doesn't know what the word is. I'm going to show you what those words are right now on screen. And to be fair to each other, we're going to write our word down before we get into this episode. Every time the other person says your word, you have to tell them within 5 seconds that they said the password, and they have to shotgun a beer. Post word.
That's a mismatch. Jabari, hey.
All right, chug it to the line. This is just going to be one of those games.
That I think will be the #1 pick overall. Ball is important to Jabari Smith as it was to
Ooh, missed a second.
That first year on college campus.
Who is like Jabari's who? I can't think of recent players that had work like him, like mid-post type work. Oh my God.
That's tough. Yep, stop.
That was a 3. I was trying to think of who is Jabari's comp. I know comps are the favorite thing to do in NBA. Who are a guy that plays like him in these past couple of years?
I have a big list of things to hit on from this episode, and the very last thing for when we are drunkest is player comp. Very early. Jabari's tough.
Very. Cheers. I was just gonna say, can we get some defensive work here? Good hand. That block
so bad this year. Oh yeah, that was a block. Back in the post. So he likes the mid post.
Bro, another one. Those are just too little.
I gotta say, he can just get his shot whenever he wants. That's pull up.
That's disgusting. The thing is, though, he hits those all throughout the year. That's
handle too. The size up 3, missed it again.
I don't even care.
Yeah, I like this running. I like these.
By the end of this, I'm gonna be saying Jabari just clear. Another block, by the way.
We're only 1 minute into the actual footage here, but it's apparent that at the college level, nobody can guard him. I kind of think that's going to apply at the NBA too. I know there's bigger, better defenders, but who is guarding this man?
More spacing, obviously, is going to help. Also, I want to make a note that we've watched this for, like you said, a minute now, and it's not just offensively. He's controlling his basketball game on both ends of the floor. That's what I think is an underrated part of his game. I think that he has rim protector type ability, and I also think he has the ability to switch as well and use his length.
Smith with another block because they turn it into a foot race from the
rip.
Hey,
easy bucket. And one.
Yep.
It was a light and one.
At the other end, this is
he's going left though.
Also, shout out Juwan Gary. Wait, that was.
Although he's just a sophomore, a lot of ball. I mean, he
holding up the 3 when he got the and 1.
Yeah, that was nice.
Give me that shit.
Yes, 3 blocks.
Went up and caught it. Just ate it up.
And I love that he can just get it and go.
That's with the left too.
What is he doing? Dude, this guy's tough. Here we gotta stop and talk about it. Stop. Does the fact that Jabari Smith's first name is Jabari scare you at all? Because all I think of when
that makes me like him more.
Yeah, but no Jabaris are good in league. Jabari's a great college player name. Jabari is not a great NBA name.
Who's a great Chet in the league?
Chet's one of one.
who's a great Paolo in the league.
Paolo's one of one. Again, Lizzie McGuire. Paolo!
Smith, man, his long
That left is so nice.
Handler if you're Alabama.
Board.
Off to the right.
No board. Foul.
There's an
Did we do anything for fouls?
I think we shun him. Also, Jabari has a childish ass haircut.
Smith in the paint.
No type of taper, fade, nothing. Just has a one all over.
Here comes Johnson. He knows one moment to tap.
KD.
Oh,
Auburn's so damn wild.
I love this Auburn team.
I did too. I didn't say I didn't love them. I'm just saying they're wild.
No, they would have frustrated the hell out of me if I was a fan of them, but I loved watching them. Again, high post. We're already in the second half. I feel like every shot he attempts, you expect to go in. Free ball.
His form is
Bucket. Stop.
Three.
Do you consider Jabari Smith a shooter?
No, I think he's a bucket.
Can't you be both, though? I think he's both.
I think that Anthony Edwards is a bucket. I think that Malik Beasley is a shooter.
But I think Jabari's next level above Anthony Edwards as a shooter, though, is the thing. Like Kevin Durant is both a bucket and a shooter. Jason Tatum is both a bucket and a shooter. I think Jabari is both. Without looking, what was Jabari's percentages last year in college? Field goal, 3, and free throw.
Probably he was good from the line. Was he? I would say 78 from the line.
79.9.
Wow, even better. 79 from the line. He was 43 from the field.
43 from the field.
43 from the field, and he was 36 from 3.
He was 42 from 3 on 5.5 attempts per game. That's why I'm saying he's a shooter and a bucket. Like, I know you don't like to use the S word. I know you don't like to use it, but he's a shooter.
Does he have the mentality?
Yeah. He's like,
I think he does. I just want to know what you think about it.
No, listen, as a guy who now I'm comparing myself to Jabari Smith, but as a guy,
okay, no,
I'm not comparing myself to Jabari Smith. That was a joke.
We're getting Greg and
that was a joke. That was a joke. As a guy, as a guy who the only redeemable thing I can do on a basketball court is shoot basketball from 3. Like, I have been privy time to time to stepping into open gym runs and having the opponent be like, he's a shooter. Like, it's the ultimate honor in basketball when someone points at you and says he's a shooter. People are pointing at Jabari and saying he's a shooter, even though he's a bucket, even though he can do it all. They're pointing at him and saying he's a shooter.
Greg, I hate that I have to be this guy to break this to you. But do you want to know why they say that about you?
Because I can't do anything else.
No, that's not why.
Because I'm white?
Exactly.
Nah.
You're white. You're sneaky athletic.
No, I'm not sneaky athletic.
But I'm saying if you had bounce, you would be sneaky athletic. Can you touch the net?
That's the most disrespectful thing you've ever said.
You just said you don't have bounce.
Can you grow hair above your lip? Honestly, in this podcast dynamic, I'm Jabari Smith and you're Wendell Green. Shooter and a bucket. Side note, this Alabama team was stinky.
They really were.
Nate Oates wears color.
Nate Oates is a fraud.
Post work. Step.
Hey.
Oh my God. The footwork.
Okay, he had Juwan Gary in hell.
Stop. Got hit. All right, so we're to the line for 3. That's going to be tough. You got a beer ready? I can't.
I do.
Too hard.
Yeah, that was not smart. But, once again,
it's a Wendell Green move.
IQ is always a question. All right, fuck you.
Best strength, and that certainly is what BP can do as well as anyone in this league. Free throw good.
That is a Wendell Green move. Also, it's a really cold Bud Light.
Kick it, Wendell Green.
Wendell.
That's you. Oh, that's you. Carter. That's you. Wait, that's an assist also. Gulp. So he's locking guards. Like, we need to actually stop. We got to talk about that.
I just want to make a note, just a little, maybe something to look at when you're watching this game. I'm sorry, that too hard is really getting me. But he's guarding guards, I think, at the college level. That's a good point for this one, especially this game, because Javon Quinterly JD Davidson, not necessarily guys you got to worry about shooting it. You know what I'm saying?
Quinterly is.
I mean, at this point of the year, Javon Quinterly was not a guy who was really pulling up and shooting the ball. He was very reluctant. I remember watching this game. I had an Auburn money line bet on this game, which hit, by the way, and he was very reluctant to shoot the ball.
I call bullshit on that. I'm literally looking up how many threes Quinterly attempted in that game right now. Quinterly was 4 for 19 from the floor. He was 2 for 9 from 3. Talking about you don't need to worry about him getting attempts. He wasn't shooting the rock.
No, I said you don't got to worry about him knocking them down. That's why he had 9
Rewind
attempts.
that.
They let
Producer,
him.
rewind that. At the NBA level, I think one of the best things about Jabari is that he can literally switch everything and guard everything. Like, I would not be worried if Jabari got switched onto a center unless it's Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid's making everybody food. But, like, you can switch Jabari on to NBA point guards, and I think you're fine. Like, that's something that Paolo definitely not capable of.
Not hell no, not Paolo. Chet, you'd be fine.
Not on
Chet,
guards.
you'll be fine.
Not on guards.
Yes, Chet, you'll be fine.
Not on guards.
Chet, you'll be fine.
If you get Chet switched on to an NBA all-star level scoring guard, he's toast.
Yeah, he is dominating this basketball game.
We also missed one turnover. One of us has to finish your drink for a turnover. You want me to take that or you want this one?
I'll finish mine because I ain't got that much of this two-hearted left.
You're just Snap Fitness Michael Porter Jr. Honestly, you look really handsome tonight.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop this drunk scouts if this is what this is gonna turn.
No, I don't mean to be weird, but like I feel like we both kind of look good tonight. Wendell, oh my God, what a finish!
Bro, at this point of the year, I thought Auburn was winning it all with the way that Wendell, the backcourt, was playing.
Porter, yeah, that's a corner 3 with a hand in his face. But I feel like it's going in, Card. I really do.
Bro, this is like the most smooth and easy 20 I've seen.
The light 20.
Like has he broken a sweat board? Yeah, like
he's broken a sweat. He's involved offensively too much to not break sweat. But you're right, it's easy.
Hey,
block, drink. Again, the problem for this team is Wendell Green has 15 shot attempts. Jabari Smith has 12. 3 ball.
Pause. You know, like that whole mantra of like the white people who are like, I'll get my mom and dad, or my dad's a lawyer, and your dad's actually a lawyer.
What is that?
You never heard that term?
I've heard that term for sure.
Yeah, it's like if something happens, like you get touched up or someone starts beating your ass, you'd be like, oh, my dad's a lawyer.
What does that have to do with anything we're doing right now?
It doesn't have to do with anything. It's just like for sleepers purposes, I'm the muscle and you're the, logic, will. You're the Colin Gillespie. I'm more so like the grit and grind.
Hey, if you don't get your dog to shut up, I'm gonna call my dad. He's a lawyer.
Well, the Beatles do suck.
I agree.
I'll tell you right now, they had a Ringo Starr concert. He wouldn't even sell out Land Shark right now. Cheers. You're really hostile right now. Hopefully this shot calms you down.
You just told me, like, you're calling me out for being my dad's a lawyer kid.
You know I'm Team Chet. Number one. I am. When you're watching what Jabari got to do this year, you're watching this film, you're watching what Jabari did throughout the whole year, it's extremely hard to be like, that guy isn't the number 1 pick.
So you're swinging around.
I'm taking Chet. I am. I still am. I think that Gonzaga hurt Chet.
Higher ceiling, Chet or Jabari?
Chet.
I think I agree with that. Higher floor?
Jabari.
Jabari by a lot, though. Like,
no, not necessarily by a lot, because I feel like with Chet, at worst, you got a guy that's 7 foot mobile. He can finish and defend the rim.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, but there are frame issues with Chet. There are, like, I hate that I'm saying this because it's tropey, but there are Porzingis things with Chet. Jabari Smith, there's no way this guy's not an NBA All-Star in 4 years. There's no way. There's no way. He might not be the best player in the league, but they don't make wings like this. Like, we're going to get to the comp thing later. They don't make wings like this, Cart. They don't. Like, and whether or not you think he could be a top 5 player in the league, he's 100% a top 20 player in the league in 4 years. Chet is not necessarily that. Chet could, and that's why Chet's ceiling is higher, because if Chet hits, he's the guy in the league. I don't necessarily feel that way about Jabari. But if Chet doesn't hit, he honestly could be out the league in 6 years.
Jabari Smith doesn't force it.
It's a nice pass.
This guy owned it.
Bro, his shit is.
That's why he's a shooter and a bucket, though. Again, that's going to be the buzzword.
But he really just squares people up. Damn, he got his shit sent. But he really just squares people up, and it's a bucket because you got to respect the jumper because it's going in, and if not, he can put the ball on the floor.
Side note, Walker Kessler's just John Teskey with a better PR team.
At the line.
At the line, Chuck.
Fourth, no.
He's been missing free throws.
He's stuck on 23.
That's big. Up 7. That's why that's big. Down to a 2-possession game now.
Okay. We had Auburn money line, so we didn't care.
I did.
Oh, tie game.
What the? That's charge.
That's a flop.
Wait. Pause. Last time you did that, you said have fun in the NIT, and then my team went to the Sweet 16, and yours went home. But Carter Elliott in his Snapchat said we're in the NIT, so all I saw was that, Cart. All I saw was that.
Lopsided as L. Smash Mouth would be disgusted with you. As far as my end game situation, I'm a advocate of getting the ball in your best player's hands. Not even end of the game situation, getting the ball in the hands of your best player when it's winning time. I don't think they always did that. And I love Bruce Pearl. Like, we talked about this. Like, we had to pick a coach to play for. I'm trying to play for Bruce Pearl. Like, he's got that energy. I like the way, I just like everything about him. Good guy. But I don't feel like they necessarily got,
You said my word, shotgun. For the record, game within the game. That's why we're on different levels, folks. Like, that's the coach in me. That's the GM in me. That's the Jay Wright in me. I wish I had a 3-piece suit right now. I got your ass. I love it. Oh! Score 1 for those that are playing Team G at home. Can we play a quick game of word association?
Yes.
Bourbon Street.
Dirty.
Jabari Smith.
Dog.
Walker Kessler.
Tall.
Carter Elliott.
Him. Freaking Pete Davidson with a Sbarro gift card.
I feel like he hasn't come down with a lot of boards in traffic this game. That's nitpicky. But he's at the line.
Knocks that down, 24 points. Where you and your guys got to figure it out.
1-1 hits.
Also, 1-1 right there. That's big.
Guarding.
Van gets a steal.
I don't think we're doing anything for steal.
We're not.
That's got to be a foul. No foul call. This is moving. Wendell from deep just absolutely just chucks it up. One of the wildest air balls ever.
It almost hurts our number 1 pick.
This video is so like fast paced. Like, it went from tie game to tie game with a minute.
Did we? I might have to go back and look. Weren't the other ones kind of longer? Maybe Scout Reports just really like
they've upped their game.
Up their,
no, they do so much more this year. They've upped their game.
And then
game over. Wow. Okay, so
Jabari.
Jabari did nothing.
This is the best part of Jabari's game right here. He's talking shit. Can I play a word association game with you before we get into your last 5 thing or end of Drunk Scouts thing?
Sure.
Okay. Jay Ivey.
Athlete.
Keegan Murray.
Skilled.
Jaden Hardy.
Fun.
Paulo Banchero.
Killer.
Shaden Sharp.
Bucket.
Shotgun, by the way. I do want to have him on. Like Jabari, I think to me is special because he is, I think it's a term we used before when we talked about prospects, Greg, is he's a 3-level scorer. You think about the great scorers in the NBA, they can score at all 3 levels efficiently. Kevin Durant, who I consider the greatest scorer of all time. I know it's not a great time to talk about it after the last 2 games, but he's the greatest scorer of all time.
He's not.
And he can score from all 3 levels.
He's not a top 5 scorer of all time, but he can score from all 3 levels.
Stop, bro. Stop. I know he has 2 tough games, but literally stop. Have some respect for yourself. He's the greatest scorer of all time.
He's not. Why is he the greatest scorer of all time? For real.
He's the greatest scorer and he's the most skilled. He's the most skilled basketball player at all.
No, what he is the most aesthetically pleasing scorer of all time. Which
he's not even aesthetically pleasing.
Not true. I will not argue.
Stop, bro. Stop.
It's true. Yeah, he was the leading scorer on those teams. What's he done since? He's about to get pieced by Jason Tatum. And he's in his prime. And he's the best player ever. He's the most skilled player ever.
You want to bet something right now?
On,
you want to make a bet right now?
What's the bet?
I bet you the Nets win that series.
I'll bet you anything. What do you want to bet? Anything.
Anything?
I'll bet you my dog versus your dog. I want Pierre. Kiwi strawberry, baby.
You're Spencer Torkelson with the Field of 68 password.
You're Nutri-Grain Nick Ward.
You're Andrew Dockage with Zoom Pro.
Ceiling and the floor for Jabari Smith. Give me your ceiling.
Welcome back to Drunk Scouts with Nancy Pelosi's nephew. I think that Jabari's floor is, I think his floor is a Ryan Anderson type player.
You think Jabari's floor is Ryan Anderson?
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Sorry, what do you think his floor is?
So much better than Ryan Anderson.
Sorry, I think his ceiling is an enhanced version. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because I know the popular one is Rashard Lewis, but he has way more shit to his game.
What boards are you on that are saying he's Rashard Lewis and Ryan Anderson? His ceiling is Jason Tatum on steroids. That's my ceiling for Jabari.
Fuck no.
Yeah. I think he's Jason Tatum mixed with Michael Beasley if Beasley had actually worked out at the NBA level.
Jabari Smith will never be Jason Tatum. I'll tell you that right now.
Tatum mixed with Beasley. Jabari Smith will be a way better pro than Jason Tatum. Way better.
That's not facts.
I think Jabari Smith's ceiling is the best player in the NBA. Now, I didn't say that about Cade. I think Jabari's that good. I think 5 years from now, if Jabari hits, he's the best player in the NBA.
What animal is Jabari Smith?
What animal is Jabari Smith?
A sloth.
Why?
Here we go. Adobe Steve Irwin has something to say about me calling him a sloth.
Why?
What's yours? A giraffe?
So he's slow and he's lazy. That's Jabari Smith.
Coming into college, Jabari Smith had motor issues. He did. That's a fact.
Does he still?
And everything he does look easy. Everything that sloths do looks easy.
Does he still have motor issues, Cart?
No.
You are so down on. You've compared him to Ryan Anderson and a sloth.
Can I
Anderson.
Can I change it? Can I change it?
No, you can't.
Come on. All right. I got it.
No.
He's a velociraptor. He's a velociraptor.
You're not allowed to change it. He's a sloth. In Carter Elliott's eyes, he's Ryan Anderson in sloth form. That's Jabari Smith. He's a tiger. He's the most ferocious.
because it's Auburn Tigers?
No, didn't even think of that, to be honest with you. He's the most ferocious alpha tiger there is. He's a tiger.
He's not ferocious at all.
I think he's very ferocious. In a fight, do you trust Jabari Smith?
Yes.
Hell yeah, me too. I want that dude on my side. I don't necessarily want him throwing the punches, but I want him on my side. And honestly, like, I'm a non-fighter, but if I had Jabari Smith on my side, I'd be swinging to protect him. You feel me? Like, I feel like dudes around Jabari Smith are going to elevate themselves to protect him because they know what he is. Like a Mark, you pair him with like a Marcus Smart type or a Pat Bev type.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to up themselves to protect him.
I agree with that. We can agree on points. That's fine. You know that, right?
We can agree. We're in a good spot right now,
All right.
except for Ryan Anderson Sloth. All right, 1 through 10 grade for Jabari Smith, and we're keeping this as a quote unquote ranking for the draft board at the end of the year after all the drunk scouts that we do. 1 through 2.
2.
I think you misinterpret what 1 through 10 means. 10 means the best possible ranking.
Oh, sorry. 9.
9.0.
9.0, Chet's a 10.
We haven't even gotten to Chet yet. How are you? Like, don't compare him to Chet. Just rank Jabari on what we've seen. After that
9.7.
exercise we just did, what is Jabari Smith?
9.6.
You went from 9.7 to 9.6. He said 9.6?
9.6.
Okay. I'm going 9.8. I am hard pressed to find a better prospect than Jabari Smith. The only thing that prevents him from being 10.0 to me is how he went out in March. And that's really it, to be honest. I think he's can't miss beyond that. 9.8. Carter, this episode is ending. What was your buzzword? Killer. Yeah, I knew it. Do you want to guess what my word was?
I have absolutely no clue what yours is.
Pearl.
Huh? Pearl? Oh.
Pearl.
You missed it. I said Pearl a couple times, I feel like.
You said it, I think, twice in the same segment. I don't want to stop drinking. Can we keep drinking?
We can, but I gotta use the bathroom.
Can you say Pearl again one more time before we end the episode?
Pearl.
It's a shotgun. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next Drunk Scouts. Sorry that we were so combative this episode.